At the beginning of the drama, we see the female lead named Harin. She was very happy today because it was her birthday, and she was also going to propose to her 10-year-old crush whose name is Seo-jun. Just then, Seo-jun calls Harin to the photo studio to give her a surprise. When she enters the studio and sees the decoration, she becomes very happy, but when she removes the curtain, Seo-jun had cut his wrist and committed suicide. In the next scene, we see a scene from 10 years later, where Harin works at an animal rescue center, where she used to spend most of her time helping animals. Today was Harin's birthday. Hiamin sends her a cake. Harin calls Hiamin to say thank you. Just then, Harin's colleague comes there and says, "We have to go rescue a dog." When they quickly reach there, it is the high school where Seo-jun and she used to be together. Seeing this, she becomes sad. In the next scene, as Harin goes inside to rescue the dog, she starts remembering Seo-jun's words. Now we see a past scene in which Seo-jun and Harin are fighting for the camera. Harin wanted to get a photo clicked, but Seo-jun was not giving her the camera. Now their friend Kim Ui says, "I'll click the photo." Seo-jun says, "I'll click a photo of anything but not Harin's." Hearing this, Harin gets angry and is moving forward to fight when she slips. She is about to fall when Seo-jun catches her, and they have eye contact. Just then, friends standing behind them tease them for romancing. Harin says, "I wouldn't like to romance a boy like Seo-jun." Hearing this, Seo-jun gets angry, and they both start fighting again. Now, in the present scene, Harin goes after the dog to rescue it into the same studio. Just then, she hears Seo-jun's voice, who takes her inside with him. Now we see a past scene where Harin and Seo-jun are fixing a camera. Harin says, "Why do you do this alone? You can take help from Yoon-seong." Hearing this, Seo-jun gets jealous and asks, "What do you think of me?" Harin says, "We are just good friends." Hearing this, Seo-jun gets upset. Now in the present scene, Harin is going back after rescuing the dog when she sees a shop that was from her high school time. There, she sees Seo-jun's camera, so she goes inside to get it and says, "I am Seo-jun's friend." Just then, the owner gives her the camera, some photos, and a card. On the card, it was written, "We can learn lessons from the past, but we cannot live in it." After reading this, she starts to leave from there. In the next scene, Harin goes home and is looking at those photos and starts crying. Then she reads a letter in which Seo-jun had confessed his feelings for her. Seeing this, she starts crying and wishes she could meet Seo-jun once. Just then, to forget the memories, she burns a photo. As soon as she burns the photo, she goes 10 years back into the past. Just then, Seo-jun sees her. Now we see a past scene where, a day before too, Seo-jun and Harin were fighting. Yoon-seong says, "Harin, you can take a photo with my camera." Hearing this, Seo-jun gets jealous and tells Yoon-seong not to give the camera, but he gives the camera to Harin. Now, Seo-jun goes ahead and clicks a photo of Harin, and this was the same photo that Harin had burned. Now in the present, Harin goes after Seo-jun, where she also gets an injury on her foot. Seo-jun goes into the studio. Harin also goes into the studio and hugs Seo-jun tightly and says, "If this is a dream, then I want to stay in this dream forever." Now Seo-jun is not understanding anything. In the next scene, Harin was standing outside Seo-jun's class, looking at him. Just then, Seo-jun sees her and hides his face. Now before the teacher could scold Harin, Harin leaves from there. In the next scene, Seo-jun and Harin both go out, so Harin clicks Seo-jun's photo and sits on the cycle. Seo-jun tells her to hold him tightly. Now both of them go out on a cycle ride where Harin is very happy and wishes, "May I never come out of this dream?" But just then, she hears a loud noise in her ear. As soon as she opens her eyes, she's in the present. In the next scene, Harin is going to the office when she notices the injury on her foot that she got in the past. But on the way, she sees Yoon-seong. Harin asks Yoon-seong, "Are you dating someone?" Yoon-seong says, "Why are you asking all this?" Harin says, "You are looking quite well dressed and handsome." Hearing this, Yoon-seong smiles and says, "Today was my interview." Now Harin asks him about her injury. Yoon-seong says, "You got this in high school." Now Harin doesn't understand anything and goes home and calls Soo-jin to ask about the knee injury. Soo-jin says, "You got that in high school, and Seo-jun took you to the medical center, and the teacher didn't see you both in class because of which Seo-jun was punished." After hearing all this, she takes out her phone where she had clicked Seo-jun's photo in the dream, and she also finds that photo on her phone. Seeing all this, she understands that she can go to the past, and in this way, she can save Seo-jun's life. After that, she starts thinking about how she will go to the past next. Just then, she remembers that burning photo, and she feels that this is the only way for her to go to the past. After that, she again burns a photo and closes her eyes. Now, as soon as she opens her eyes, she finds herself in the past again and goes out to find Seo-jun, where Seo-jun was clicking photos in the garden. Just then, Harin comes to him and says, don't commit suicide. But Seo-jun is not understanding her words and smiling says, "Are you a detective who always keeps an eye on me?" Harin says, "You shouldn't laugh because I am quite serious about you." To which Seo-jun says, "Well, if you say something funny, I will laugh." Harin asks him, "Is there anyone who is bothering you these days? Like fighting with a friend or not feeling like studying?" Seo-jun says, "You don't need to worry about me." In the next scene, when Seo-jun is playing basketball with his friends, Harin is also sitting on the bench in front, watching him play and thinking, what could be such a thing in Seo-jun's life that is making him worried? And when Seo-jun sees Harin sitting there, he says to his friends, "Ever since Harin got injured on her knees, she has been saying some strange things." So his friend says maybe her brain is in her knee. Then they both start laughing. Now Harin is sitting there, so Yoon-seong comes and sits next to her. Harin asks, "Do you know about Seo-jun? Why Seo-jun is worried these days?" Yoon-seong says, "We'll have to check Seo-jun's record in the library." Now Seo-jun sees Harin with Yoon-seong and gets jealous. In the next scene, Harin goes to the library, where seeing the librarian, she starts addressing her as Hiamin, but the librarian did not recognize her. Here, she starts thinking in her mind, "I met Hiamin in Seo-jun's room," and later it is revealed Seo-jun also has a sister. Now Hiamin gives Seo-jun's record at her request. Now Harin starts looking at the book. When she takes out one book, another book falls on her head. Just then, Seo-jun comes and saves her. Harin says, "Are you okay, right?" Seo-jun replies, "I am fine. Rather, you were about to die just now." Just then, Seo-jun's classmate comes there who tells him, "The science teacher has called you." Now while leaving, Seo-jun tells Harin, "Take care of yourself." In the next scene, the teacher asks for parents to be called for admission, but Seo-jun refuses. In the next scene, Harin opens Seo-jun's account, whose password was the same as the book Seo-jun last read in the library. On the other side, Seo-jun's mom, Hiamin, and Seo-jun are eating food, but suddenly Seo-jun gets up from the chair, so his mom slaps him hard. In the next scene, Harin reads Seo-jun's post in which it was written, "I want to live a normal life, but no matter how much I try, I cannot take my sister's place." And reading the last lines, she finds out that Seo-jun is adopted. Seeing this, Harin is quite surprised. Just then, her ear starts hurting again, and she returns to the present. In the next scene, Harin goes to church and meets a nun. She tells her, "A couple took Seo-jun from this very church. Their first child was lost somewhere, and Seo-jun's face looked like their child Hiamin's, so they adopted Seo-jun." And she also tells, "Seo-jun was a quiet boy. He used to come to meet me during school time and used to tell me about Harin, but he hasn't come to meet me for a long time." Hearing this, Harin starts crying. In the next scene, Harin meets Hiamin at her cafe, where she asks Hiamin about Seo-jun, to which she says, "Seo-jun was just like other boys. Just as he seemed clean-hearted and understanding from the outside, he was the same from the inside." Harin was surprised thinking about this, that Seo-jun is adopted. Hiamin says, "Seo-jun's death happened because of me. I didn't even know how Seo-jun's relationship with his mom and dad had soured, especially where he used to fight with his mom." Actually, Hiamin was very happy to meet her parents after so many days, but this thing was hurting Harin a lot. Harin feels very irritated with herself that even after living for 10 years, she couldn't know Seo-jun. In the next scene, Harin goes home and checks Seo-jun's ID, but this time the password was incorrect. In the next scene, Harin starts clicking photos with the camera, but the camera was broken. Now, Harin had only one way to save Seo-jun. She again burns a photo and goes to the past. As soon as Harin opens her eyes, she is in class. When she checks the time is passing quickly, so she makes an excuse of going to the washroom to the teacher, but the teacher asks her to solve a problem. But Harin doesn't know how to solve that problem, so she, embarrassed, says, "I will go to the washroom after the class ends." In the next scene, Sujin says to Harin, "You have to help me. Haven't you forgotten?" But Harin didn't understand what she was saying, so she, laughing, says, Yes, I remember." In the next scene, Harin sees Seo-jun and other friends standing near a poster. Harin says, "Have you registered, right?" Seo-jun says, "We have already registered." Seo-jun tells her, "You have been forgetting too many things lately. You should get your mind treated." Hearing this, Harin starts laughing loudly and says, "I was just joking with everyone." Just then, Sujin reminds her again, "Don't be late for my work or I will break my friendship with you." In the next scene, Harin again takes out Seo-jun's ID, and in it was written, "How can I consider this family as my family, and how can I form a close relationship with all of them?" In the next scene, Harin goes to Seo-jun. Seo-jun was typing to his mom, "I am free today. Can we go for dinner?" But he was afraid to send the message. Just then, Harin explains to him, "You should never hesitate to talk to your mom." And she takes the mobile and also sends the typed message. Just then, his mom's reply also comes, and she replies, "Yes." In the next scene, Seo-jun goes to meet his mom. Just then, he opens a chit in which Ha-rin had written things. When he talks to his mom, he should do it with a smile and reduce his and his mom's tension. Now Seo-jun goes to his mom and behaves just as Ha-rin had told him. Just then, his and his mom's tension starts to reduce, and mom asks, "How was your day today?" Seo-jun tells about Ha-rin. That girl is a bit foolish and forgetful. But over there, Ha-rin was getting angry hearing all this. Now, Seo-jun and his mom leave from there. Ha-rin also quickly goes after them, so she forgets her phone there. In the next scene, Seo-jun and his mom are going. So mom says, "Today, Hiamin had also invited me." Seo-jun says, "Why did you choose me?" Mom says, "Because you invited me for the first time." Hearing this, Seo-jun apologizes for last night because he had said, "I have always been Hiamin's substitute." Now mom also tells him everything, so everything becomes fine between them. Ha-rin was watching all this, but just then she remembers that she forgot her mobile in the restaurant. She runs to the reception, gets her phone, and calls Soo-jin, but Soo-jin doesn't pick up her call. Just then she gets a call from Seo-jun, who calls her to him. In the next scene, she goes to meet Seo-jun because, in her mind, saving Seo-jun's life was more important. Right there, her head starts hurting. Now we see a present scene where Ha-rin looks at the photo album and doesn't see a single photo of Soo-jin, and her phone also doesn't have Soo-jin's number. Just then, she calls Soo-jin's boyfriend, who says, "We stopped talking since school time." Just then, Ha-rin remembers, "When I didn't help Soo-jin, she stopped talking to me." Now, from behind, Ha-rin hears Seo-jun's voice. So she looks behind and is surprised to see Seo-jun and hugs him and says, "I missed you so much." Seo-jun, seeing tears in her eyes, says, "Why are you so surprised to see me? We meet every day, don't we?" In the next scene, Seo-jun and Ha-rin were having dinner, where Ha-rin was not eating food at all, just looking at Seo-jun and feeling happy. When Seo-jun asks, Ha-rin says, "Seeing you eat has filled my stomach." But when Seo-jun starts hearing noises from her stomach, Seo-jun feeds her with his own hands, so Ha-rin starts remembering her memory when she had proposed to Seo-jun, and Seo-jun had also said yes. Since then, both of them were dating each other. In the next scene, Ha-rin is sleeping on the bed and thinking, "How should I behave with Seo-jun?" Just then, Seo-jun comes there, so Ha-rin says, "Will you sleep with me on the bed?" Seo-jun says, "If you say so, I will leave from here." Ha-rin says, No, that's not what I meant." Now, instead of kissing her, Seo-jun starts looking at the photo album and, showing a photo, says, "On this day, you got jealous because I took photos with other girls that day, and you went to their class and shouted, 'Seo-jun is my boyfriend.'" Just then, Ha-rin sees Soo-jin's photo and gets emotional. When Seo-jun notices this, he closes the album and tells her to sleep. Now, Ha-rin hugs Seo-jun and says, "Will you leave me in the morning?" Seo-jun says, "I will not leave you and go anywhere." The next morning, Ha-rin wakes up and sees Seo-jun is not on the bed. Seeing this, she gets very scared. Just then, Seo-jun comes from outside and, on Ha-rin's asking, tells her, "I had gone to get food," which brings her relief. Just then, Seo-jun says, "Today I have to work half-day." But Ha-rin also wanted to spend time with him, so she also takes a half-day leave. In the next scene, Ha-rin and Seo-jun go out and have lunch. Small things were very special for Ha-rin because Seo-jun's coming into her life was magical. Now, Seo-jun drops Ha-rin at the office and also puts a ring on her finger, which Ha-rin had forgotten in the car. Now Ha-rin repeatedly tells him to take care of himself. In the next scene, after finishing work, Seo-jun calls Ha-rin. Seo-jun was a doctor, but Ha-rin didn't know this, so she says, "Where are you?" Seo-jun says, "I would be in the hospital, right?" Just then, Seo-jun says, "While handling a patient, I got a small injury." Hearing this, Ha-rin starts worrying about him. Seo-jun says, "You don't need to worry, and after work I will pick you up." Hearing this, Ha-rin can't resist, and after finishing work, goes to meet Seo-jun and says, "Show me your injury." Seo-jun shows his injury, which was just a minor cut, seeing which she feels a little relieved. Just then, Kim Ui comes there. So Ha-rin says, "What are you doing here?" Kim Ui says, "Don't you remember? I also work with Seo-jun." When Ha-rin sees his card, she finds out that he is also a doctor. In the next scene, Kim Ui, Ha-rin, and Seo-jun are sitting together drinking coffee. Just then, Ha-rin's eyes fall on the coffee, and she says, "This is coffee from Hiamin's cafe." Kim Ui says, "Which Hiamin are you talking about?" Ha-rin says, "I am talking about Seo-jun's sister." Hearing this, Seo-jun gets sad, seeing which Kim Ui says, "I didn't bring this from Hiamin's cafe, and Hiamin died in an accident." Hearing this, Harin doesn't understand anything. Seo-jun says, I am responsible for Hiamin's death because the day I went for dinner with Mom, she died that same day. If Mom had gone with Hiamin instead of going with me, her life would have been saved. In the next scene, Harin goes home and thinks, if I hadn't changed anything in the past, Soo-jin would be my friend, and Hiamin's life would not have been lost. Now Harin again burns a photo and goes to the past. Now we see a past scene, and it was the same day Harin made an excuse to go to the washroom. Now she finishes all her work and goes to Seo-jun, and without looking at anything, sends the message and, giving the chit, says, whatever is in your mind, say it to your mom. She was doing all this because she had to save Hiamin. Now she goes with Hiamin to buy a gift for her mom. Just then, she gets a message from Seo-jun that he met his mom well, and everything is fine between them. In the next scene, somehow Harin reaches the place of Hiamin's accident, and when she sees the bike rider coming, she runs to save her. But just then, she hears a loud noise in her ear, but she still saves Hiamin. Now again in the present scene, we see that Harin searches for Soo-jin's number on her phone, and it was present on her phone. But when she looks at the album, there wasn't a single picture of Seo-jun, and her phone also didn't have Seo-jun's number. Seeing this, Harin starts crying loudly because she had lost Seo-jun again, from which she understands that if she goes to the past and saves one, she will lose the other. In the next scene, Harin meets Yoon Se-young at Hiamin's cafe and asks him for the death investigation report. Yoon Se-young is Seo-jun's friend. Yoon Se-young says their parents stopped the investigation in the middle, and his death was declared a suicide because an investigation cannot happen without the parents' consent. Now Harin wants to take that report with her to read it in detail, and Yoon Se-young agrees to this. Then Yoon Se-young says, I have nothing of Seo-jun's now. Hiamin says, my mom has some of Seo-jun's things. My mom has kept them safe. In the next scene, Harin goes to Seo-jun's mom to get the mobile and some things. His mom gives those things. In the next scene, Harin opens Seo-jun's phone and reads the messages, in which the last messages were Harin's, which said, I will be a little late. Until then, you drink the juice I gave you. But Harin didn't even remember these messages. Just then, she remembers that 10 years ago, she was going to meet Seo-jun when a girl told her, the teacher has called you. When Harin goes to the teacher had not called her. Now, in the investigation, there were some points like giving that juice and parents stopping the investigation, and other things Harin found awkward. So she writes down every point in a diary so that she can clear those points. Now, Harin didn't believe anything, so she wanted to clear everything herself. She again burns a photo and reaches the past, where her eyes open in the art class. So she takes Soo-jin and goes and says, we will watch Seo-jun and Kim Woo's match. Now they are watching the match when Harin notices a boy. She asks Soo-jin, who is this? Soo-jin says, this is Kim Sin. Just then, while playing, Kim Sin pushes Seo-jun, due to which Seo-jun gets injured on his hand. Seo-jun's friends start fighting with Kim Sin, but Kim Sin says, I didn't push. Seo-jun also didn't want to escalate this matter, so he stops them from fighting. In the next scene, Harin goes to Seo-jun and starts scolding him. You don't take care of yourself at all. Let's go to the hospital. Seo-jun says, my hand is fine. There is no need to go to the hospital. But Harin doesn't listen to him and takes him to the hospital. In the next scene, the doctor bandages Seo-jun's hand. So Harin notices he has an injury on his left hand, so how can he cut his own hand? Then she remembers, on my birthday, Seo-jun's hand was hurting, and he had given me his cycle key. Now Harin understood. Seo-jun did not commit suicide. Now she thinks, if Seo-jun has an injury on his hand, how can he cut his hand? Just then, Harin tells Seo-jun, on my birthday, someone is going to murder you. But Seo-jun finds this funny and starts to leave. Just then, Harin stops him and says, I have seen your death with my own eyes. Now she is about to tell him that she has come from the future. Seo-jun says, will you go watch a movie with me? Harin says, your life matters more than a movie. In the next scene, Harin, Seo-jun, and their friends reach a restaurant and play rock, paper, scissors that whoever loses will bring food. But Soo-jin loses, and she takes everyone with her to get food. But Harin is sitting alone here, and she steals some pictures clicked by Seo-jun so that she can burn them and go to the past and get some more time for the investigation. Now Harin takes a pic and goes to get a lighter. Now everyone comes there with food and sees Harin is not there. So Seo-jun makes an excuse of going to the washroom and goes to find her. In the next scene, Harin asks the shopkeeper for a lighter, but the shopkeeper, seeing her age, refuses to give the lighter. Harin says, today is my friend's birthday, so I have to light candles. So the shopkeeper gives her a matchbox. Now, Harin is trying to burn the photo behind the restaurant when Seo-jun comes there and says, what are you doing here? Harin says, I came here for a walk, and she hides the photo behind her. Now she is about to tell Seo-jun, I have come from the future, when Yoon Se-young comes there. Now when the three of them go to eat, Harin says, I have to go home early. My mom has called me. Soojin says, "Are you going alone?" Ha-rin says, "Seo-jun is also going with me. He also has to go home early." Seo-jun is about to refuse when Ha-rin winks at him. In the next scene, Yoon-seong, Ha-rin, and Seo-jun are standing at the bus stop. Ha-rin is thinking, "I will tell everything on the bus." But Yoon-seong also gets on the bus with them, because of which Ha-rin doesn't say anything, and her stop comes, and she gets off. Now on the bus, Seo-jun was thinking about Ha-rin's words, how she was talking about murder, and Seo-jun had also seen that photo in Ha-rin's hand. When Seo-jun checks his bag, one photo was missing from his bag. Now Seo-jun quickly stops the bus and goes to Ha-rin, but Ha-rin had already burned that photo, but this time, nothing happens. Seeing this, Seo-jun goes to Ha-rin and says, "Have you really come from the future?" Now we see a past scene where, in 2009, Seo-jun burns Ha-rin's photo and goes to the past, where he goes to Ha-rin, who was using her phone while coming down the stairs and was about to fall. Seo-jun comes and saves her. Now another Seo-jun burns another photo and goes to the past, where Ha-rin was about to be hit by a ball, but Seo-jun comes at the right time and saves her. Now in the present scene, Seo-jun was telling her everything, hearing which Ha-rin says, "You have been time traveling for so many days and helping me?" Seo-jun says, "This is a secret that only I know, and I've suspected you for many days because you were behaving strangely. First you texted my mom, and you were also saying, Seo-jun is going to die." After telling all this, Seo-jun forbids Ha-rin from time traveling. Ha-rin says, "After you died, those 10 years were so difficult for me to pass." Now in the present scene, Ha-rin is crying and picks up the photo and starts to tear it, but just then she gets a call from Soojin. In the next scene, Ha-rin goes to a cafe to meet Soojin. So Soojin asks, "You like Seo-jun, right? And after he left, you didn't get into a relationship with anyone." Ha-rin says, "I went to the past to save Seo-jun, and I was successful too. But when I went to the past again, Seo-jun disappeared, and now Seo-jun also wants me not to go to the past and save him." Hearing this, Soojin thinks she is talking about a dream. So she says, "Since when did you start listening to Seo-jun? You should have saved Seo-jun no matter what." Hearing this, Ha-rin gets motivated and goes to the washroom, burns that photo, and goes to the past, and goes to the photo studio and starts investigating. But just then, she sees some photos on the ground. When Ha-rin is about to pick up those photos, shelves start falling on her. But Seo-jun saves her and says, "Why did you come back to the past? These shelves were about to fall on you because you came to the past." Ha-rin says, "This is a coincidence." Seo-jun says, "Ever since I started traveling to save Ha-rin, something bad has always happened to me." Hearing this, Ha-rin also remembers that ever since she started this, a lot of bad things have happened to her. In the next scene, Yoon-seong asks Soojin about Ha-rin. So Soojin says she has gone to the photo studio. Yoon-seong runs to her. In the next scene, Seo-jun asks, "What were you doing here?" Ha-rin says, "I am investigating here because Seo-jun's death happened here." Then Seo-jun bends down to pick up a book and sees that someone had cut one leg of the shelves, and she tells this to Seo-jun too. Yoon-seong was also listening to their conversation and thinks, "What are these people talking about?" Now we see a past scene at the time when Seo-jun forbids Ha-rin from time traveling. At that time, Yoon-seong is also there, who overhears their conversation and thinks, "How can all this be possible?" In the next scene, Seo-jun and Ha-rin were setting up that camera in the photo room so that they could find out who the murderer is. Seo-jun says, "That murderer probably doesn't come here every day. He won't see the camera." Ha-rin says, "What if that murderer comes every day?" Seo-jun says, "Do you suspect any of our friends?" Ha-rin says, "I don't have evidence, but she felt that the murderer is one of us." Seo-jun says, "As soon as I find out, I will email you." Ha-rin says, "How will an email work in the future?" Seo-jun says, "If I email you something 10 years ago, you will receive it in the future." Ha-rin says, "There are 9 days left until your murder. Aren't you scared?" Seo-jun says, "No, you are with me, right?" But while leaving from there, he says in his mind, "I am scared." Now in the present scene, Ha-rin is waiting for an email. Now from the past, Seo-jun sends her a video in which Kim Sin goes into that room, and it is revealed that he committed the murder. In the next scene, Ha-rin calls Eun-seong and asks about Kim Sin. Eun-seong says he works at an express company. Now she finds that company's number and asks about Kim Sin, so she is told, "He has come to your company to deliver an order." Now she goes out and gets a call from Eun-seong. He says, "Are you asking Kim Sin about Seo-jun?" Hearing that, she tells him, Seo-jun was killed by someone, not that he committed suicide. Now, Ha-rin sees Kim Sin. Both look at each other. Just then, Kim Sin says, "Have we met somewhere?" But Ha-rin says nothing. but just then she says, "Will you give me a lift?" To which he agrees. In the next scene, Ha-rin is with Yoon-seong in a cafe and tells him that Kim-sin murdered Seo-jun. Yoon-seong says, "Did you see this?" Then Ha-rin tells him about the time travel. Yoon-seong says, "10 years ago, I heard about time travel, but I didn't understand it." Now, Yoon-seong shows the report of Seo-jun's case, in which it was written, "A bottle of Zolotil was found near Seo-jun's body." Zolotil is a drug used in animal treatment. Yoon-seong says, "That's why it was easy to murder Seo-jun." In the next scene, where Ha-rin used to work, a bottle of Zolotil had also arrived in boxes that Kim-sin had ordered and left. When Ha-rin finds this out, she immediately comes there with Yoon-seong and looks in Kim-sin's bag lying in the van, and a bottle of Zolotil is found in it. Ha-rin puts it in her bag. Seeing this, Yoon-seong calls the police. Just then, Kim-sin comes there to get his bottle. When he doesn't find the bottle in the bag, his eyes fall on Ha-rin, who was hiding in the van. Seeing this, Kim-sin starts to attack Ha-rin, but Yoon-seong stops him, and the police come and arrest him. In the next scene, Ha-rin asks the police, "Did he say anything about the murder?" The police say, "It's not necessary that the person doing this today was also doing this 10 years ago." In the next scene, Kim-sin tells the investigator, "It served Seo-jun right because he was acting like a good person in front of everyone." The investigator asks, "Did Seo-jun kill himself?" Upon which Kim-sin starts laughing. By then, another investigator comes and says, "Did you kill Seo-jun?" Kim-sin says, "Why is everyone suspecting me? I didn't kill Seo-jun, but I saw the killer." Now we see a past scene in which Kim-sin was again going to cut the shelf's leg when he sees Hiamin, who had burned all of Seo-jun's photos and had also cut her wrist veins. In the next scene, Hiamin gets a call from the police who says, "We have found a suspect for Seo-jun's murder, and it is Kim-sin." Now we see a past scene when Eun-seong was talking. Hiamin overhears all their conversation and also hears about the time travel. Now in the present scene, Hiamin is standing outside Ha-rin's house and has also called a keymaker and shows him Ha-rin's ID card. The keymaker says, "Why is your face so different?" Hiamin says, "I had surgery." Now, after the door opens, Hiamin burns all the photos, one of which was taken with Seo-jun's camera, and as it burns, Hiamin arrives in the past. In the next scene, Ha-rin asks the investigator about Kim-sin. The investigator says, "Who is this Kim-sin?" Hearing this, Ha-rin is surprised and calls Yoon-seong to ask about Kim-sin. Yoon-seong says, "He died in high school." Hearing this, Ha-rin remembers a memory in which Kim-sin had died, and some people were taking him away. Now she looks for Seo-jun's number on her phone because she thought that if Seo-jun's killer died before Seo-jun, then Seo-jun would be alive. But she doesn't find Seo-jun's number anywhere. In the next scene, she goes to her house and looks for photos but doesn't find one photo because Hiamin had burned it. In the next scene, she goes to Hiamin's cafe and looks for the photo in the dustbin, but she doesn't find the photo. Ha-rin asks Hiamin, but she flatly denies it and gives her the ID card. Now Ha-rin is going home when she sees a dustbin in which there is also a burnt piece. Ha-rin thinks on the bus, "Is Hiamin doing all this?" But then she says, "I cannot accuse anyone without any evidence." In the next scene, Ha-rin goes home and again burns a photo and goes to the past and tells Seo-jun, "Kim-sin didn't kill you." Seo-jun says, "Why did you come to the past again?" Ha-rin says, "If someone killed Kim-sin, they must have left some proof." In the next scene, they both go to the photo studio and look for the camera, but the camera is not there. Ha-rin says, "Did Yoon-seong do all this? Because only he knew about this camera." And then she says, "If someone committed murder, they must have used Zolotil." Now both of them start looking for the Zolotil bottle. Finally, Ha-rin finds the bottle inside a paper cup, which she shows to Seo-jun. Seo-jun says, "We should call the police." Ha-rin starts thinking about something, but then she remembers that Hiamin used to crumble paper cups in exactly the same way. Ha-rin says, "Hiamin killed Kim-sin." Seo-jun says, "This must be a coincidence and someone must have picked up the camera by mistake." Now Seo-jun takes Ha-rin's hand and starts walking and says, "This is the first time I have held your hand. Why didn't you say anything?" Ha-rin says, "We dated each other for 10 years in the future and I got used to it." Seo-jun doesn't believe it. He says, "Have we really been together for 10 years? Just then, a banner is about to fall on Ha-rin, but Seo-jun saves her, and the banner falls on him, due to which he faints. So Ha-rin takes him to the hospital. The doctor says, due to the banner falling, Seo-jun has injured his ribs. Just then, Ha-rin gets a call from the police. The police say, "We cannot determine from one bottle whether it was used in the murder or not. For this, we will have to perform Kim-sin's autopsy, and his parents are not giving permission for this." Hearing this, Ha-rin says, "Now I have to do something." If she used Zolotil, she must have bought the bottle from a nearby shop. Now, I have to find out from the nearby pharmacies. In the next scene, Ha-rin tells everyone to look for the camera and tells them everything. On the other side, Ha-rin is going to pharmacies and inquiring, but she doesn't get permission for CCTV footage, and she leaves. In the next scene, everyone is looking for the camera when Kim Woo is leaving from there. Yoon-sung sees him and goes after him and asks, "Did you find the camera?" But Kim Woo denies it, but Yoon-sung tries to go into that room, so Kim Woo stops him. In the next scene, Ha-rin goes to the hospital, and Seo-jun has regained consciousness. Ha-rin sees him and starts crying. Seo-jun starts to hug her, but Ha-rin refuses and says, "Your ribs are injured, we can't hug right now." Now Ha-rin and Seo-jun are sitting outside, and Ha-rin says, "I have checked the pharmacies, but I didn't find anything, and everyone else is busy looking for the camera." Seo-jun says, "This accident happened because Ha-rin is time traveling, and I also fractured myself once when I was saving Ha-rin in the past." In the next scene, Yoon Seong pushes Kim Woo aside and goes into the room and finds the camera and asks Kim Woo, "Why did you steal this camera?" Kim Woo says, "I didn't steal the camera, I just found it in the photo room." Now, Yoon Seong calls Seo-jun and Ha-rin. Yoon Seong was watching the footage when Ha-rin and Seo-jun arrive, so Yoon Seong shows him the footage in which a girl is seen. Ha-rin says, "Soo-jin." In the next scene, everyone is sitting when Soo-jin comes there. Everyone is staring at her. Soo-jin says, "What happened?" Ha-rin shows her the footage in which Soo-jin was seen. Soo-jin denies it. "This is not me." Yoon Seong says, "The girl in this, her clip, dress, everything is like Soo-jin's." Seo-jun says, "Where were you at dinner time yesterday?" Soo-jin says, "I went to the shop." Seo-jun says, "The shop was closed yesterday." Yoon Seong says, "I told you earlier that she had gone home." Hearing all this, Soo-jin gets sad and leaves from there, and the police arrest her and investigate. The police say, "Did you faint while going home?" Soo-jin says, "Yes, and a delivery boy helped me." Now Kim Woo goes and tells everyone this, so everyone starts looking for that delivery boy. In the next scene, Hiamin was coming out with a bottle of Zolotil when Ha-rin was also coming out of a restaurant after getting information about the delivery boy. Just then, she asks Kim Woo on call, "How did you notice the camera?" Kim Woo tells her everything and says Yoon Seong's watch was also lying near the camera. Hearing all this, Ha-rin gets even more confused. Just then, Seo-jun comes there and tells her, "We found the delivery boy and we are taking him to the police." In the next scene, Ha-rin and Seo-jun are going near the photo room when Ha-rin sees her face in the mirror, and she gets an idea, and they start watching the footage again. And in the mirror, she sees Hiamin's face. Seeing this, Ha-rin is shocked, and Seo-jun starts crying and says, "Why did she do that?" Ha-rin tries to calm him down. In the next scene, the police were taking Hiamin away. In the next scene, a reporter was telling about Hiamin. Now we see Hiamin's childhood in the past when she got lost. Just then, a person comes to her and says, "Are you lost?" Hiamin says, "Yes." So the person says, "I will take you to your parents." Now we see the high school Hiamin, whom some children were troubling, saying she is an orphan. But Hiamin says, "I am not an orphan," because she knew she had parents. In the next scene, Min steals juice from a shop and comes out, and she sees a poster on which there was Min's childhood pic, and "missing" was written. Seeing this, Min starts crying. Just then, the shopkeeper comes and catches her. In the next scene, Min's parents find her and seeing her, start crying and hug her. Just then, Min sees Seo-jun and says, "Who is he?" Seo-jun couldn't meet her eyes. In the next scene, there was a lot of food and cake on the dinner table. A card was placed near the cake. Hiamin picks it up, on which "Happy Birthday Seo-jun" was written. Seeing this, she gets sad, but when she sees the date, May 5th, she went missing on May 5th, and Seo-jun's birthday was also on May 5th. Seeing this, she starts screaming. In the next scene, Ha-rin had kept a dog. Just then, Ha-rin remembers that 28-year-old Seo-jun had said, "After the dog came, you forgot me." Now Ha-rin thinks Hiamin was arrested in the past, and Seo-jun is still alive. Just then, she gets a call from Yoon Seong, who quickly calls her because they had a plan to have dinner together today. In the next scene, Ha-rin runs and seeing Soo-jin hugs her and says, "Sorry for suspecting you 10 years ago, Soo-jin." In the meantime, Seo-jun and Kim Woo come with dinner, so Ha-rin is happy to see everyone. In the next scene, Ha-rin and Seo-jun are going home. Ha-rin says, "Can we go somewhere on the weekend?" Seo-jun says, "This weekend, I am going somewhere with my family because next week, Hiamin is being released from jail and coming back." Now Seo-jun is a little nervous, so Ha-rin hugs him. In the next scene, Seo-jun was getting ready for the office, so Ha-rin was looking at him because he was alive and with Ha-rin. In the next scene, Ha-rin is at her work where her senior asks her to check the new staff's list and attendance. When Ha-rin sees Hiamin's name in that list, she is shocked, and Hiamin also stands there stunned, seeing Ha-rin. Now after work, Hiamin asks Ha-rin for her number, so Ha-rin, scared, gives her number. In the next scene, Ha-rin gets a call from an unknown number which says, Seo-jun is in the hospital, and his condition is very bad. Hearing this, Ha-rin gets worried and starts going to the hospital. Just then, she gets a call from Seo-jun, who is perfectly fine. Ha-rin understands, someone pranked me. In the next scene, Ha-rin comes back home and her dog is barking at someone, and this is Hiamin. Hiamin knocks Ha-rin unconscious and starts looking for that photo. But Ha-rin was not completely unconscious and was seeing everything. Hiamin finds that photo and starts taking it out of the frame, but Ha-rin stops her from burning the photo. But her attempt fails, so Ha-rin grabs her foot. Now, by burning the photo, Hiamin comes to the past, and since Ha-rin had grabbed her foot, she is also in the past. When Ha-rin checks the date, it is her birthday. In the next scene, we see Hiamin when the police were investigating her, but she was not answering any of their questions seriously. In the next scene, Ha-rin asks Yoon-seong about Seo-jun, so Yoon-seong says, he is in the hospital. Ha-rin says, what happened to him? Yoon-seong says, when the police were taking Hiamin, his mom fainted, so he is with his mom. On the other side, Hiamin escapes from the jail washroom. In the next scene, Ha-rin tells Seo-jun on call, Hiamin has come to the past again to find that knife and destroy it. On the other side, the police also find out about Hiamin's escape. In the next scene, Ha-rin and Seo-jun are looking for the knife, but they don't find the knife. She goes to the teacher and asks about the knife. Where are all the knives for statue making? So she tells her that all the knives are with the students who are in the garden. Now Ha-rin and Seo-jun check all the knives, but they don't find that knife. Just then, Ha-rin sees some students sitting in the garden who had knives. When Ha-rin checks the knives, one of them is the knife. Just then, Hiamin reaches there and takes Zolatil out of her locker and sends a boy to Seo-jun, who tells him, Ha-rin has called you to the terrace. Hearing this, Seo-jun goes to the terrace. He also calls Ha-rin, but Ha-rin misses the call because Ha-rin had found the knife. Now, Ha-rin calls Seo-jun to tell him this, but his phone is not reachable. On the other side, Seo-jun reaches the terrace, so Hiamin injects him and knocks him unconscious and tells Ha-rin, come to the terrace. As soon as Ha-rin comes to the terrace, she sees Seo-jun lying unconscious. Hiamin had placed a knife on his neck. She says to Ha-rin, give me that evidence. Ha-rin does so, and Ha-rin tells Hiamin, please don't kill Seo-jun. Hiamin says, why does everyone care so much about Seo-jun? He is just my substitute. Now, Ha-rin sees that Seo-jun is regaining consciousness, so she starts moving towards Hiamin. Hiamin tells her not to come near her. Just then, Seo-jun regains consciousness. He pushes Hiamin. Hiamin was just about to kill him when Ha-rin grabs her and jumps down with her. Seo-jun tries to save her, but he can't. While falling, Ha-rin is remembering all the memories with Seo-jun, and she falls with Hiamin, saving Seo-jun's life and giving her own. Seeing this, Seo-jun starts crying loudly and wishes, I wish this was a dream. In the next scene, Ha-rin's teacher tells everyone in class about Ha-rin's death, hearing which everyone starts crying. Soo-jin is crying very badly. In the next scene, Yoon-seong is looking at all the photos. Just then, Kim Wai comes to him and says, I used to tease Ha-rin and fight with her, but I couldn't tell her that I enjoyed being with her. Saying this, he leaves. Yoon-seong says, I wanted to tell her that I liked her. In the next scene, the police come to arrest Hiamin because she had run away from jail, but they see Hiamin's condition. Hiamin's mom says, her brain is dead. Hearing this, the police do not take her and leave from there. In the next scene, Seo-jun sees his mom crying and thinks, all this happened because of me. So he goes home and looks for Ha-rin's photo. He finds one photo, but he cannot go to the past with it. After this, he goes to a shop, but that shop is closed. Seeing which, Seo-jun starts crying. In the next scene, Seo-jun goes to school, and he sees Ha-rin everywhere. Now he goes to the photo room, and he sees Ha-rin there too. Seo-jun says, I have no right to live either. Now Seo-jun goes to the place where he was murdered. He picks up the knife and is about to cut his wrist, but just then, he remembers all of Ha-rin's words. He remembers the moment when the camera fell from them. He goes and checks that camera, and finds out that when the camera fell, a photo was clicked at that very moment. Then Seo-jun prints that camera's photo himself, and burns it to come to the past. As soon as he comes to the past, he finds himself in the hospital where his mom was admitted. Just then, the police tell him, Hiamin has run away. Hearing this, Seo-jun calls Ha-rin. Ha-rin tells him, Hiamin has come to the past, and I am going to school to find that evidence. Hearing this, Seo-jun tells her, don't go to school under any circumstances. Ha-rin agrees to his words, and Seo-jun finds that knife. In the next scene, Hiamin runs away from the police and comes to her locker to get the Zolatil bottle, but she finds a note there in which a note saying, meet me in the art room. When she she goes into the room, she is shocked to see Seo-jun because she thought this would be Ha-rin. Seo-jun tries to make Hiamin understand and says, "You should forget everything and make a new start." Hiamin shows Seo-jun the injection and asks, "Do you have that knife?" Seo-jun says, "After killing me, you will surrender yourself." Seo-jun tells Hiamin, "I have come from the future, and in your future, your brain is dead, because of which mom is crying." Hearing this, Hiamin screams and suddenly attacks Seo-jun, but Seo-jun is saved. So Hiamin attacks again, so Seo-jun pushes her and saves his life. Just then, blood marks appear on both their faces. Just then, Ha-rin sits next to Seo-jun and asks, "What is your age?" Seo-jun says, "I am 8 years old." Ha-rin is happy and says, "I am also 8 years old." Then both are talking when Soo-jin calls her, "Let's go home." Just then, Ha-rin says, "Bye" to Seo-jun and leaves. After she leaves, Seo-jun also smiles. Now in the present scene, doctors are taking Seo-jun on a stretcher. A lot of blood was coming out of his stomach. In the next scene, Ha-rin is lying next to Seo-jun. Just then, she looks at the date and thinks, "One day has passed, and why haven't I gone to the present yet?" But Ha-rin could never go to the present now because she had died in the present. Now Ha-rin understands, Seo-jun came to the past to save me. Just then, the police come and say, "Hiamin has called Ha-rin. She wants to talk to you." Now Ha-rin goes there, and Hiamin says, Seo-jun is dead. Just then, we see a past scene where Seo-jun is about to kill Hiamin, but he can't do it, and Hiamin, seeing the opportunity, stabs him with a knife. Now in the present, Ha-rin says, "You have tampered with the past, for which you will have to pay the consequences." Now, she is leaving from there when she gets a call from Seo-jun's mom, who is crying. Ha-rin quickly runs to the hospital. In the next scene, the police were taking Hiamin somewhere when she starts running away from there. Just then, a car comes and hits Hiamin. Hiamin dies on the spot. In the next scene, Ha-rin reaches the hospital and sees that Seo-jun is completely fine. She is very happy to see him and goes and sits next to him, and they both listen to a song. In the next scene, after a few months, Ha-rin goes to school, and her friends tease her about when she will confess to Seo-jun. Saying this, they leave. Just then, Eun-seong says, "I heard you talking. Did you really come from the future?" Ha-rin says, "Yes." Eun-seong says, "Are we good friends in the future too?" Ha-rin again says, "Yes." Hearing this, Eun-seong tells her, "Confess your feelings to Seo-jun," and leaves from there. Just then, Seo-jun comes there, so finally, Ha-rin proposes to him. And Seo-jun also hugs her and says, "Yes." In the next scene, everyone has graduated, where Seo-jun is a photographer, and Ha-rin starts working at an animal center. In the next scene, Ha-rin and Seo-jun are together, where Ha-rin asks, "How many photos have we burned so far?" Seo-jun says, "It's a good thing we can't time travel through all photos anymore. Otherwise, we would have been stuck in 2011. And then both of them, laughing, walk forward. And here the drama has a happy ending.